Look at this very deep philosophical question. Is he into me or just really into brown women? Chat, I have to say that I did spill my drink when I read this the first time. I had to start this video 3 times just so that I can maintain a poker face. So what you're seeing right now is not my first genuine reaction. I've learned a lot from dating outside my culture. I've learned that some people consider black pepper spicy and that not all grown men take off their shoes when they enter their own homes. Most importantly, it has taught me that racismus does not always arrive waving a flag or shouting a slur. Sometimes it arrives on time. Racismus pays for my dinner and tells me that I have not liked the other Indian girls. Oh my goodness, racismus is such a bad boy. Probably this is why all the women like it, huh? The first time a white man has called me exotic, I was 22 and still dumb enough not to be enlightened by the other white university professors. And so I mistook discomfort for chemistry. Her hormones were raging when she met the racist white man. This is what she is saying, right? But she's using psychotherapeutic language to say chemistry. In other words, she was moist. Like the racist white man came before her and wanted to grab her ass, and she was like, yes. And only later did a white academic professor told her that was racist. We were sitting across from each other at a bar when he leaned closer and told me that he had always had a thing for brown girls. I love the way it's being described, yes? Like she is doing literally the same thing he is doing. She is dating white people, right? She is dating the exotic. He is dating the brown woman. He is doing what she is doing. But what she is doing is justified. It's pure. It's holy. It's innocent. What he is doing is disgusting and vile. I noticed this in our culture. If you happen to watch House of the Dragon, Game of Thrones, if you watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms, if you watch The Boys, you will see a lot of cock in that TV show. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking like actual cocks, like literal penises, right? In front of the TV, like literal asses of men, naked men, constantly. Like American TV show after 2020 is filled with naked men. And you will never see a single titty. Every single woke show, everything, like even The Acolyte, right? Once I'm telling you this and you internalize it, you will not be able to unsee it. American media is for 40-year-old women and homosexuals. And it is considered artistic. Remember when Baldur's Gate announced that you can have sex with bears, and you had like all those female journalists clapping excited. That is who sexuality and fan service in the West is made for. And it's considered edgy, artistic, enlightening, a little bit horny. Anything that has to do with a titty, anything that stimulates the straight man is disgusting, vile, childish. And this is exactly what I notice here. It's the same mentality, right? Like she is dating outside of a race, and it's considered innocent, good, open-minded. He is dating outside of his race, and it's considered racist, bigoted, disgusting. For some reason, it's been 10 years, and most started calling this out. And most started abhorred by it. But, you know, maybe we will have 10 years more, and people will suddenly start pushing against this culture. But anyway, at the time, I took it as a compliment. Brown girls were beautiful, and I was a brown girl, therefore I was beautiful. The logic appeared sound, and in her defense, she was 22, and he was attractive. I love the idea that women are perpetual children. Like, even at the age of 22, they are innocent and easy to be taken advantage of. Meanwhile, men are very sure of the world they live in. They are the master manipulators of society. This is what women think. This is not what I'm saying, right? Like, age of 22, there are people that have businesses and children at the age of 22, right? But again, like, for her, it's an excuse. Like, she was too young. He was probably a pedophile, right? For dating her at 22. Only later did I wonder where had he been attracted to me as an individual, or where I had simply walked into a fantasy that existed long before I met. So now we're creating artificial standards to demean men, as if there is anything wrong if you were a fantasy. So just so we can spin the table a little bit. Imagine if a woman says, I want to date a rich Chad. And then, you know, the rich man starts saying, well, I was 22 and now that I think about it, was she actually into me, or was it a fantasy that existed before she met me? What a whore. You know, like, would that be appropriate to say? No, it wouldn't. But like, for some reason, when the genders are reversed, it's appropriate, right? If a woman likes tall men, if a woman likes big dicks, right? Is it okay for Big Dick Charlie to think about, did she actually like me? Or was I a fantasy for her depraved feminine fetishes? You know? Like, I guess it's the skin color, right? What if a man likes big tits? Like, he just likes big tits. He sees big tits, he gets aroused. And then the woman, did he actually like me? Or was it my big titties bad? You know, like, seriously, I cannot empathize with this. Like, I understand empathy is important, but I'm trying to put myself in the bitch's shoes, and I just cannot. I just can't. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, I had a twat on Twitter. Some absolute fucking retard. But he was trying to explain to me that actually, you know, women going to work is somehow cocking you because, like, at work, they listen to their boss and they're influenced by other people and they get ideas. And I realized that that guy is a fucking virgin. Like, I know for sure that guy is not married because I am married. And I understand that if you were to actually get the woman to stay at home, she would be thinking. She would be thinking a lot. And she would get ideas. This is what happens when women think. Like, this article shows literally what happens when women have too much to think. They're not thinking on how to improve society. They're not thinking of new mathematical equations or physical formulas or, you know, to try and create new chemistry equations. No, they're thinking of like, well, what if he actually likes me because of the color of my skin? And they start becoming insecure. Like, if you take a woman and you place her in a room, she becomes insecure by itself. I don't know how to explain it. It's like fucking magic. Like, if you want to lower a woman's self-esteem, you just place her alone. And she herself, like her own mind, works against her. So, like, this is like me showing the reality to idiots who think, well, actually, it's a good idea if you leave the woman to stay alone at home. No, it's not. No, and especially if she has another friend that stays alone at home, and they start gaslighting each other, and the neuroticism from one gets exponentially amplified by the other. Once you get married, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, right, so in the end, I love this. It would be easier if racism in dating were always that obvious. If a man showed up to a date in colonial costume, handed me a cricket bat and announced in a British accent, Tingana Lagan den Padega, you'll have to pay triple tax. I know it was my time to live. It's like, bitch, you wouldn't leave. You wouldn't fucking live. If a man in an actual colonial outfit came up to you, you would get so fucking moist. You would get so fucking moist and so fucking insecure that you'd start looking around to see if there are other women nearby and they're going to steal that colonial Chad from you. Especially if he starts talking about how he wants to end slavery and how he wants to end the tradition of burning women into your country and all that shit. You know, he wants to end human sacrifices around the world and he thinks that the British culture is going to dominate the earth and you can be part of that too. Like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, like your vagina would start dripping like buckets. What are we talking about? Like right here in the opening statement, you basically said that a racist man came to you and he was hot. And it boiled your chemistry. Like your own words, right? Like literally your own words, your own actions. You decided to share this, not I. So when you tell me, if a racist man came up to you, you'd be on the floor for him. What are we talking about? I'm not saying all women, I'm saying you personally, based on what you have written. Jesus, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments section. Take care.